What's up, my YouTube family? Many thanks for joining me in the second edition of the Stories of Hope. Actually, the Study Abroad edition, right? I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I can see a lot of people joining us live already, wanting to be encouraged, wanting us to share the stories of hope with them today. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So, today actually promises to be another beautiful edition. I decided to cross the borders today, moving away from Ghana, heading to, should I say, our best friend country. I'm talking about Nigeria. So it's going to be something beautiful, something that, trust me, you are going to enjoy. So, actually, if you happen to be here today, I want to say that this is a good place to be. Today happens to be the 31st of December 2024. I know it's going to be a time, or it has actually been a time of reflection to all of you. The whole of, the year 2024, many things has happened, or many things, the bad and then the good. So this will actually be a time that maybe you're thinking, what did I do right? What am I going to do next into the year 2025? What is going to be my plan? What are going to be my resolutions? See, if you happen to be a youth, maybe you've been having this dream of wanting to study abroad, you just getting frustrated. You don't know where to start, how to continue, or even how to end. Trust me, this is the best place for you to be at this point, because my friend and I today, we're going to be helping you to actually know what to do, because when you have the information, that will help you to make an informed step or an informed decision. So that is going to happen today. So I want to say thank you once again for joining us. I'm going to head on and just bring my friend on board today, and somewhere along the line too, we're going to be having your questions, and then we'll help you to answer a couple of them. Last time I tried, but the questions became much more. We're not able to answer that, but today let's see if my brother can help us to do quite better today. So without much ado, like how we do it in the chapel, without much ado, with a round of applause, can we just welcome on stage, or welcome on board, my brother from Nigeria? Some handshake, some snap to you, bro. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Eh,
Thank you so much, McRae.
Well,
It's a
bro,
honor
I'm
to be
so
here.
glad. Yeah, I'm so glad you have the chance to work. However, your situation. Because you were telling me that, the location and the relocation and many other things that you had to do. But man, you had to do all these things just for you to join us and be a blessing to the people. On behalf of the subscribers, the new followers, even your subscribers and your new followers too, I want to say thank you. Thank you for getting this time to do these things with us. But how is it with you? How is it going actually? The Christmas season, the festivity seasons, and many other things. How is it going with you right now?
Oh, it's going very well. I'm really excited, and it's a reflective time too as well.
Yeah,
Like you started, like a lot of things have happened in this 2024. So
yeah,
like
yeah,
reflecting how we can do better
yeah.
next year, and there's been a lot of food too. As well, yes. So
So what have you been
it's
eating?
been a
What have
good
you been
period.
eating actually?
My local dishes, we've been doubling down on them. Fried rice, jollof rice. I don't think we'll get into the jollof debates. Ghana jollof versus Nigerian jollof here.
Because
Um,
that battle we've ended it long ago. You know that Ghana. Even Sabinos, Sabino from Nigeria, that comedian, right? He went to Ghana recently. He had to agenda of the fact that, bro, Ghanaian jollof is the best.
I, I I I disagree, but let's just go ahead for the sake of the session.
I know you definitely disagree, but bro, so you don't eat the fufu, the swallow, the pomo, the egusi soup, the yam, and all
Of
those stuff.
course,
You don't
yeah,
do it.
yeah. I also had that. I've been having that too as well. Yes.
Oh, Charlie, so you're a good cook, a marriage material. Bro, thank you. So I want us to just get into it. I want you to first, introduce yourself. People want to know who I have here. I know the caliber of the person I have here, but let our followers, let the subscribers get to know who we actually have here today. Maybe what you're studying here in the US, and probably which state you are in. If that's okay with you, too, you can share that with our subscribers too as well.
Okay, thank you, McRae. Thank you once again for having me here. I'm really honored. My name is NZUBE OHALETE. I am a third year PhD student of data science at Kennesaw State University. located in Georgia. Kennesaw State University is in Georgia, so that's where I am. This whole, if you're looking forward to snow, then don't come to Georgia because it doesn't snow here. Unlike other places, probably South Dakota where you are, McCray.
Was that necessary? So, bro, you don't really like not even a single snow in Georgia.
Not even a single. So, like people that have been here for a while, they
Yeah.
told me that like in the past 15 years, it's only snowed like once.
Wow.
So yeah, so you won't see snow here. There's no white Christmas.
Bro, I think you need to visit South Dakota a little bit, just a little bit, because I need to bath you with snow. I need to bath you with snow before you get back to Georgia. But Georgia is actually one of the states that I've actually admired. Actually, I've actually admired Georgia because of, I mean, the weather isn't that harsh. It's quite good, right? I mean, is that the reason
It's very similar to what we have in Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, but is that the reason why you chose that school?
It was one of the reasons. Like the black community here too is also a lot. And yes, the weather as well. If you were not born in the US, like adapting to the cold, it takes a long time. Really.
Bro. So you never wanted a white dominated state.
I'll say it's mostly the weather for me. Mostly the weather and the opportunities in the environment. Like Georgia has a lot of like companies too as well. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. So okay, so bro, we'll get into it. So guys, we are talking to my brother called NZUBE. If this is the last time or the first time I'm actually going to mention your name, I'll probably mention it in an English way, like OHALETE. But it's actually NZUBE OHALETE, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Correct. Yeah. Correct.
That is like
you have good ears.
Kadosh. So is that like Igbo or Yoruba or something like that?
Igbo. I'm actually from Imo State in Nigeria.
Imo State. Oh, okay. All right. So, bro, I want us to kickstart into the conversation, right? When did you actually start this whole study abroad journey? When did you start?
I started researching about it in 2016, but I started making moves towards it in 2017.
So the 2016, the researching, what was it about funding or it was about schools?
It was about like knowing, that was when I was in final year. So I was in final year mathematics, University of Nigeria, and I wanted to get a master's, but not in Nigeria. So I started asking questions, reaching out to people, checking online, what are the countries? So I wasn't just focused on the US. What are the countries and what are the steps that needs to be taken to get, to be able to study abroad? Because I just finished, so my transcript was not ready. So I couldn't do any applications. So I just wanted to familiarize myself with the process, the things I need, so I can start preparing them. If there are any tests I need to write, I can start making plans to write them. So just to familiarize myself with the whole process.
Okay. So it means that you had friends here, let me say abroad, probably maybe in the US, Canada, UK, that all over that you were asking the questions, right?
Primarily I had family, like uncle, auntie. At the time, I did not really have friends here. Yes, but my curiosity led me to find people on Twitter that were here. Yes, and started getting more information from them.
Wow. Since 2016. So in which year did you actually kick the move in place? Which year did you start that?
2017. I started in 2017.
Okay,
so I started applying, researching for schools and all of that, writing tests 2017.
Oh, okay. We'll get to the text very soon. But at the University of Nigeria, what did you actually study?
Mathematics.
So Bachelor of Science in Mathematics.
Yes.
Okay. And now what are you studying here in the US?
I did my master's in applied statistics. Now I'm doing my PhD in data science.
Hey, Charlie, pressure. So you did your master's here in the US, and you are still continuing with your PhD. right?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's get back to 2017. That is when you started writing your test. What test did you actually write?
Okay. In
Mhm.
March, I wrote the GRE. In May, I wrote TOEFL. And in October, I wrote GRE Mathematics.
Oh, there's one
So,
called Jerry Mathematics.
oh yes, yes, yes. There's the GRE General, which
Okay.
is very popular and people talk about, but they are now specific GRE courses. So there's GRE Physics, GRE
Mhm.
Mathematics, and
Mhm.
yeah. So I wrote that one in October.
Okay, somebody who asked, what was your like the country that you wanted to actually study in? Because if it's here in the US, Nigeria, I think your language of instruction is actually English too. So when you look at the exemption list, just like Ghana, right? We have all those countries like exempted: Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and some other English speaking countries. So why did you want to actually write TOEFL like that?
It's been how many years? 8 years. A
Mm,
lot of things have changed between now and then. Yes,
mm,
as at that time when I was applying,
yeah.
Nigeria, Ghana were not on the list of
Okay.
English speaking
Okay.
countries, yeah, that were
Yeah.
exempted. So
Wow.
you have to like write those tests, yeah.
Mm,
Except there was still another option for some schools where you would get a letter of English proficiency from your
mm,
university and submit that I schooled in English, I studied in English,
mhm.
so please waive this requirement for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So because yeah, 2017 to now, yeah, that's a whole number, quite a number of years, bro. So how many schools did you actually apply to? Let's say in generally, how many schools did you apply to before we move down to focusing on just the US?
Okay, like all my applications.
All your applications, because we want to
Oh
know about
wow.
your journey. How did it go?
Okay.
Are you able to put a number to it?
Um, I can't put a specific number, but it's over 50 schools.
Oh,
Yes,
you mean
because
50?
yes, I did it over the span of, I started in 2017, I came here in 2021. So I did it over the span of 5 years, and I was applying to different countries.
Were you getting application waivers for it, or you were applying with your own pocket money?
Okay, it's majorly US that has application fees. So
Mm,
UK, the applications are free. Okay, Canada too has application
yeah.
fees. Germany, applications are free.
Mm,
Yes, and then some other countries still have free applications in Europe.
mm. Okay, so here in the US, how many schools did you actually apply to?
Um, I might say somewhere around 8 to 10.
Wow.
Yeah, somewhere around 8 to 10 within. Like I'm leaving my PhD applications. This is
Okay,
before
yeah,
the
because that one you were
masters.
here in the US. Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah,
was already here in the US, so I'm leaving
yeah.
my so yeah, somewhere around 8 to 10 over the course of those years.
Eight schools, right? And then you paid the application fee for all the schools.
No, I was getting waivers. I got
Mm,
waivers in some of them, and yes, in some other ones, I paid the application fees.
mm. Are you able to remember some of the schools that maybe you applied to, just to put the name out there? Somebody who is listening to us or watching us may want to, probably throw in some application to those schools. Are you able to remember some of them?
Okay, yes. I applied to Bowling Green State University, which is
Okay.
where I finally did my master's. I
Mm,
applied to East Tennessee State
mm,
University. I applied to Western Kentucky University.
mm.
Um, yeah, this then Johnson City University, something something that sounds like that.
Yeah.
A couple of these schools, I can't really remember some of them.
Yeah. So is it East State
Tennessee,
University?
East
East
Tennessee State
Tennessee
University.
State University. Okay, so
Yes,
that is the school that you actually it's part of the schools you apply to.
yes.
Yeah. So all the schools, did they actually come with some sort of scholarship for you or something?
East Tennessee State University, I got admission and I got scholarship to
Mm,
start January 2019. So
2019.
usually, yes, to start January 2019. So I finished in 2016. Between 2017 to 2018, I did my 1 year national service, which I believe you also have in Ghana.
Yes,
And
we do that in Ghana.
Yes, and I was finishing October 2018. As at the time I was finishing October 2018, I already had my admission and scholarship from East Tennessee State University to start in January 2019.
Wow.
Yes, and then that was when my first visa denial happened.
I'm reserving that one for something good. But you said the school that you did masters at is it Bowling Green?
Yes, Bowling Green State University.
Bowling Green State University. Okay, so I'm trying to pull that school also up just to show it or share it with our friends. Some of them may still also want to throw in their applications there as well. Do you remember how much the application fee was at the time?
BGSU, I applied without paying the fee. It was when I got admitted and I came here that I had to pay the fee.
Really?
Yes.
How is that arrangement done?
Several of my friends too. That's also the same experience that they had. So I don't know if it's changed now, but you can submit an application to BGSU without paying the fee. They will keep on sending you an email that you have to pay the fee though. But the admission notification usually comes on time from BGSU, yes. And so people already know that they're admitted and I'm coming here. Before you can enroll in classes, you now have to pay the application fee.
Wow. So maybe at least for now we should consider it like a free something.
Yes, you can consider it as that, yes.
Yeah, but how much did you pay when you got to the US?
I don't know if it's 60. It's either between 60 or 75.
Okay. So how much scholarship did this school actually give, if you can actually remember that?
Because of my visa denials, my scholarship was changing. Yes, my scholarship was changing. Yes.
Okay, so which one did you arrive with here in the US with this particular school?
The one I arrived with, the cost of attendance was 29,000, almost 30,000, and the deficit was 8,000. So I believe I had the funding of 22. Yes, 22,000.
That's actually good. 29,000. So it's not like some sort of an expensive school, if you ask me. Because my school here at USD, the COA, that's the cost of attendance that we have on your I-20, is almost 25K.
Okay.
It's really 25K. And so if you have this one that is actually maybe 29, we can say that probably they're almost in the same range, right? It's an affordable school. And so if you had a deficit of 8,000, wow. So that's what you said. Probably had about maybe 21 or 21K kind of scholarship, right? Is that scholarship automatic or is a merit-based scholarship, would you say?
It's great assistantship and it's merit-based. Really, if I explain let me explain how it came.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get into how it came about. So initially I applied to Bowling Green for a PhD in data science. I had been applying, I started in 2017. I'd been applying for masters. Some I'll get admitted, a couple of others I won't get funding, I won't get scholarship, or the scholarship will not cover everything. And so in my research within that time, I found out that PhD has a higher chance of getting fully funded than masters. And so my applications towards 2020, so 2019 against 2020, were mostly PhD programs. So I applied to Bowling Green State University for PhD in data science. Yes, and I got admitted within 1 week. They sent me notification, you've been admitted, blah, blah, blah. But then no funding. So the department is a new department, and so they didn't have money. And so 1 month later, the program coordinator of the Applied Statistics Master's Program now sent me an email that he received my profile, that I'm a strong candidate, that the program I applied to, they don't have funding, but his own has funding, that I should consider applying to his program.
Bro, so they literally poach you from a different program, another program. And what did you do?
That I can like use this master's as a bridge to that PhD in data science ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's applied statistics. And so, of course, I wanted to leave. Like, I've been trying for years. So I took it, submitted an application, took it, and by the time I applied, I got the admission. But there was no, I didn't get the scholarship yet.
Wow.
I didn't get the scholarship yet. He said his program was funded, but it didn't mean that they had not finished allocating the funds for that like period. So I was on the waiting list. For who gets, in case anybody does not get a visa or they get a better funding, they can now give it to me. So I was on the waiting list.
Yeah.
And it was now around July that he sent me an email that someone got better funding. We now have this offer for you.
Wow. And which year was this?
2020.
2020. Okay. All right. So that is when you had the green light. Like, okay, I'm going to Bowling Green State University. Oh, okay. Now, before we just get to the requirement or how the application processes went actually for that particular program, we have some couple of people, joining us. Patience, and I think the last name is probably a Nigerian name, but I don't know. Is it Imperial way? I don't know. But hi to you, Patience. And then I have Lawrence. Okay, so Patience actually said my two favorite study abroad YouTube. Okay, so Happy New Year to you. And then we have
Happy New Year.
Patience again saying a lot of things. So NZUBE, you are amazing. I agree with you. So this is going to be great. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
And so Lawrence says happy to have you here. So Patience is going to say a lot of things about you. So I hope it doesn't snow in South Carolina. Bro, do you have any idea about that?
And South Carolina is close. It's like 4 hours drive from here. I'm not very sure, but I want to believe that it doesn't because it's close to, it's still in the south where I am, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. We have a couple of people. Manager saying that having my interview on the 2nd of January. Okay. Another person here saying that thank you, McRae, for another section this evening. God bless you. Watching from Ketchup. Good. Somebody said something, bro. Read that comment.
This is true. We'll get there.
Very soon. Forgive says that I like his spirit, and I agree with you. Patience is on the something. Is on the run. It says Bowling Green. Why do most West Africans apply to it? Tell us the secret about it, bro. Do you have something to say about that? What do you think is the secret?
What's the secret to Bowling Green? Honestly, this is true. Like several people that they might have tried other places, they couldn't come. Bowling Green was finally that window that they could use to make the transition. Yeah, like some other people that I know personally.
Wow.
The secret, I don't know if they are more generous with admissions and funding. I don't know. I don't have the data to back that up, but I have a lot of friends that are here in the US because of Bowling Green. Yeah,
that is amazing. I think I would have to actually end up recommending the school to some of my people who have been asking me. So, man, I want us to get to this side, right? So let's get to the requirement because I'm more concerned about the requirement leading to the scholarship. Maybe the step you took. Do you think a prospective student may also follow the same step to get something like that? Because somebody may be listening or watching us is like, oh, there's a school called Bowling Green State University, right? And the guy that is on the show today, the guest, got some sort of funding over there. The steps that he took, maybe when I go through that same route or step, I may get something. So let's talk about the requirement of that program, maybe the new program that the professor had to poach you from. What were the requirements for that program actually?
Okay, it's transcript. Your transcript.
Evaluated?
No, they don't need an evaluated transcript. So the unofficial transcript is fine.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not very sure of the minimum GPA requirement. I want to say 3.0. I yes. Then apart from that, statement of purpose, statement of purpose, telling your story, recommenders, things about 3 recommenders. That's
No resume or anything like that, right?
okay. CV, yeah, academic CV too as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I missed that one. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Then
So that means that the SOP, that is statement of purpose, and then you have your unofficial transcript, and then maybe 3 recommendations. Did you have
yes.
trouble trying to get the recommendations? Maybe your professors, they were not available to write that to you.
Okay, I personally didn't because remember I did it for a long time. And when I was going to start, I reached out to the professors, I spoke to them, telling them that okay, because I finished with the first class, like my undergrad GPA was 4.65 over 5.0. So a couple of these professors already knew me and they were rooting for me more like. So I told them my plans. I want to further my studies abroad. And that's by the time I was, in 2016 was when I was doing the research and I found out that recommenders are needed. So I already met them and spoke to them in person. Met them, carried the bottle of wine, and then presented my all these formalities, presented my plans and all to them. And so they were already on board. And throughout those years, when I was doing the recommendations, everything, they were really supportive.
Wow, that's good. And it means that all this time that you were reaching out to them, you were still a student at the University of Nigeria.
No, 2016 was when I ended at the University of Nigeria. So I was already done. And the application started in 2017. So, but I had a relationship with them already. Yes, and occasionally I will show them love, appreciation, like with Christmas message, I might send them airtime, that kind of thing. Yes,
that is actually, Ben. I'm so glad you were able to do that. It's something good. It's something good. You were basically just trying to keep your contact, just to keep your network with them, right? Because I remember there was one man that I needed a recommendation from. I think it was the HOD at the time at my undergrad school. Man, this man, he made me to chase him so bad. Like so bad. Because, well, I understand him too. I wasn't having that relationship with him. But he ever thought me in class. He thought me. So I was thinking that because I was your student, automatically should be able to do it for me. So I had to go back to where I started, all those professors that I had the relationship with. And then I didn't even suffer with, getting the recommendation letters for them. So I usually tell these prospective students, particularly to those who are still in school, that try as much as possible, keep that connection with these professors. Like sometimes approach them, make your research interest known to them. Like how you rightly say that they saw how you were even performing in class and they were rooting up for you, that guys, like, let NZUBE make it. He should make it. So they were already like, they're ready for to basically write these recommendation letters to you. And this is actually amazing. So when you speak to some of these maybe West African students currently studying over there, maybe at your time, do you think average of them had the scholarship that maybe you were able to have also?
What do you mean? Studying where?
Like at Bowling Green State University. At that time, do you think average of them, they had some scholarship over there?
You mean when I came?
Yeah, when you came.
Some of them had, but a lot of them did not have like the level of scholarship that I said I had. Yes, but some of them had. Some people came with loans. Yes, but some people had scholarship. Some came with loans, and then in their second semester they were able to get scholarship.
Wow.
Yes, and some people say even in that first semester they were able to get scholarship. They just had find a bank statement or something to use to come.
Yeah, that is so interesting, bro. But what do you think could be a key thing that a student can do right now just to have some sort of scholarship? Because I think yours, would it be the fact that your academic background was strong enough, or maybe your application documents were strong enough? What do you think a student can do right now to probably get something like what you got?
Okay, if I'm talking about what made my own application to
Yeah,
be strong,
yeah, yeah.
yes, it was my GPA.
Mm,
That was the first. The second thing is I was applying for a program that was relevant to what I studied.
mm.
So a lot of the prerequisites that they needed, because this is statistics, all the statistics courses that I did, I got A's in them.
Wow.
Yes, and some other mathematics required courses too. I did well in them. So, like, my GPA overall is good, but specifically for those prerequisites, yeah, this person is a strong student.
Yeah.
Then I also wrote the GRE, general.
Yeah.
Yes, and I used that to apply. When I wrote the GRE, I got 308 in it. So I also used that to apply.
Wow. But
Yes,
was it
and
was it required? Was it actually required, the GRE at that
no, it
time?
was not required. It was
Okay,
not
but you,
required.
you had to just add it to your application just to make it strong or unique a bit.
Yes,
Correct. Yeah.
yes, and all these things is what helped to present me as a strong candidate that they can bet on.
Yeah. So how do we get to encourage somebody right now who is done with school? Maybe because maybe I can tell somebody who is currently in school that, Charlie, just try and study very, very hard to get a good GPA, get the A's that you need to get and all that. But this is somebody who is done with school. What do you think this person can do to get some sort of scholarship, a little bit, just something maybe you can say about that?
You have to present yourself as a strong candidate for that program. For that particular program that you're applying to, you have to present yourself as a strong candidate. Some other things I did was I went online and I was doing certification courses. Yes, and all these things helped me on Coursera, on Data Camp. I was doing some certification courses. So you're done with school, the transcript, you can't really do anything about that. But you want to study this course. What are skills, certifications, trainings, projects that you can do to show in your SOP and your CV that you are a strong candidate for this program? Yeah, like, for example, this PhD in data science.
Yeah.
Data science.
Yeah.
There was someone that was admitted with me who had his bachelor's and master's in biology.
Oh, okay.
Surprising.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you would have done in your biology course that will prepare you for a data science PhD? Not really. So it was mostly the things that he did outside, the projects, the works that he did outside, that he was able to tell that story in his SOP to present himself as a strong candidate. That I want to come into this program for data science to learn this skill so that I can apply it in this biology area. And they saw the sense in that. Yeah. So anyone listening, there are always things you can do to make yourself stronger for that program. And it will even be as little as certifications or projects. And there are free certifications online. You just need to Google free certification and the name of your course, and you'll see several that will come up.
That is so beautiful. So, guys who are of the prospective students who are listening to us right now, if you have some sort of question, maybe you need help on how to better your applications to be a good candidate for a particular program you're applying for, maybe you think you've been trying to do the research, but it's not helping you. You can get a time with my brother NZUBE, and then he will help you out. I mean, the mentorship program throughout the entire process. You can equally get in touch with me, and I would also help you with that. So, bro, in case somebody wants to get in touch with you with regards to helping me make my application strong, before we get into the other question, I would just want to ask that briefly. What do you have, or what are the means of contact? I mean, that somebody can get in touch with you at this point.
Okay. The first will be to get in touch with me will be my email.
Okay.
Yes, my email address.
You can just put it up for them to see.
Oh, I think I'll just put in the chat for you. And
Great. That sounds good. Okay, just as you're putting that on, we have some people. Look at this comment. This one said, "This one no be normal student too." Hello, ask some questions for us, normal students. Because the guy studied, the guy did a lot of things. Right? And then somebody's asking if there's an application fee. So if you're asking about the Bowling Green State University, I think you mentioned that it's $60, right, at the time.
yes, I can even check as we are speaking now.
Okay, that makes sense. So guys, we're trying to get you all the information you need just to proceed. If you are stuck somewhere, once again, just reach out to us, and then we should help you, get all the detail or all the information that you need.
It's $75.
$75. So we are not sure if somebody can get maybe some application waiver, right? At this point, we are not sure about that.
There are steps you can take. Like the program that you want to study. If they have information sessions and you attend, you can request for a waiver.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the step you can take. You can also email the program coordinator asking for a waiver. Yeah,
that is something that they should do at this point, right? So if you're having a question about application fee waiver, you can reach out to the department, your program advisor, or maybe the international office, and ask them the question. If you guys do anything that can warrant me application fee waiver, please let me know about it. Good.
Right.
Bro, where did you type the email, please? I want to get that so that I can share that on the screen with our prospective students to just watch and get to be part of your session.
I'll send it as a chat to you.
On WhatsApp?
Here.
Okay.
I can send it on WhatsApp. So.
Okay. I got it. That is a private mail. Okay. So guys, I'm posting my brother's email actually there. Is in the chat session. I'm going to put it up on the screen too, so that you can actually send him an email and all that. Okay, bro. The juicy part. Let's talk about the visa journey. Patients had to put up some sort of gist that I wasn't going to believe, but let's get to it. Imagine you starting this whole visa process from the beginning. How did it go for you? From step 1, I don't know whether if you had step 2, if you had step 3, or step 4. God help us. Let's get into it, bro. The floor is yours. Right. Let's get into it.
All right. Okay. So started the journey 2016, applied 2017, got admission 2018 to start January 2019 spring. I had my visa interview in December. My first visa interview, so I can start in January, and I was denied. I had the interview in December. I was going to start classes January.
Okay. And which year was that? The first one, which year was that?
This was 2018.
2018. Okay, correct. Okay, so that was the first one. 2018 December, you had your first take.
Yes.
And then you went.
Yes.
Kadosh. What do you think about that process? What do you think went wrong for you?
First of all, I had scholarship. It was East Tennessee State University. So the cost of attendance was like 44,000, and I had scholarship of 33,000.
33,000.
So, yes.
Wow.
So I first of all, I had scholarship. What went wrong? Usually they don't say. They just give a generic paper. Yes. But over the time, I've been able to reflect on it, and one of the things is, honestly, I was desperate. Like I tell you the story of the exams I had to write, the things I had to do. When I wrote that, the reason why I wrote a GRE mathematics was because I wanted to go to Harvard. And the requirement for admission of PhD in mathematics in Harvard is a GRE mathematics plus GRE general. So that was why I wrote That was why I wrote Jerry Mathematics. And in the hall that day, you just a side story. In the hall that day, we were just two. Me, I was writing Jerry Maths. The other guy was writing Jerry Physics. It was just the two of us in the hall that day. Anyway, I didn't do well in that exam, so I never used it. But if I get to that interview, that first interview, I was really desperate. So I had prepared. I went on Nairaland. Nairaland is like a website we have in Nigeria where people put their transcripts for their visa interviews, the ones that were approved, the ones that were denied.
Yeah.
And then went there and built my own question and answers. Yes, and I was memorizing. Like they asked me this question, this is what I'll say. They asked me this question, this is what I'll say. And so I came to that interview with that energy of, I really want this thing. Like my life is dependent on this.
Yeah.
And so the visa officer, they are psychologists and they couldn't connect with me as a person.
Wow.
It's a mental script that I'm reading.
Oh.
Yes. And yeah. So,
so you were acting like maybe like a robot in front of them. It's like, what is your name? It's to be OHALETE. What are you going to do? I'm going to school. Like there was nothing human about it. Because it's like you had the answers in mind, so everything was scripted in the mind. And they you know, I think they're able to tell when this guy is just doing something like that. They're able to tell.
Wow. They're psychologists, you know, they are trained for this. Yeah. And every day they have a lot of interviews. So,
bro, 2018 December, you had your first take, and unfortunately, you were denied about that. I'm sure the second one you were approved. I'm sure you were approved. Tell us you were approved.
I wish. So that admission of January 2019, I deferred it to August 4. 2019. Yes. And so I went for the next interview in July 2019.
Okay.
Yes.
July 2019.
To start in August, yes. And I had my second denial.
No, bro. Where are you having all these interviews? Is it Lagos or Abuja or some
in Lagos? Lagos. They were all in Lagos because I was living in Lagos. And so I considered it like, why am I going to Abuja when the embassy is here?
Yeah.
Like,
bro, I
heard
the Lagos embassy is not demure. Like it's like, I don't know how to put it to you. What can you say about the Lagos embassy there?
There are much more interviews in Lagos than Abuja. Yes. And so the percentage of denials is more in Lagos than Abuja.
Oh, man.
Yes. We have much more denial stories from Lagos than we have from Abuja.
Man, I'm so sorry about that. So the second attempt was still for East Tennessee State University. Yes. Where you had a scholarship and then your cost of attendance was about 44K. And you deferred to fall 2019. Fall, right? Yeah. And then in July, you attempted again the second time. Unfortunately, you were not granted or you were not approved. Yeah. The journey continues. I'm sure by now you wanted to give up.
For sure. And one thing that really helped me after these denials, like I will go to the embassy, have the interview, you already know your fate. So you go in with your passport and you're praying you don't come out with your passport. But still came out with it. And so from there, I always went to a restaurant to go and eat. That was always my therapy to cool off. After every denial, like I would just go straight to a buka, a restaurant, just order so much food and just eat.
You even had the appetite to eat. I had no appetite, bro. I slept and I was having nightmares in my dream, bro.
Yeah. After the eating comes the sleeping now. Right.
Wow.
Right, so
okay. The third one, I'm sure you were approved. Please tell us. Please tell us.
So after the second interview denial, I lost the admission because you can only defer once.
Okay, so you lost the admission to East Tennessee State University.
Yeah.
Because you had the opportunity to defer just one.
Just once. Yes.
Yeah. Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I wanted the school again, I had to reapply, pay application fee, all those things, reapply. So now did some fresh applications for fall 2020. I just remembered now because I was checking. One of the schools I also applied to, apart from Bowling Green, was Washington University in St. Louis.
In St. Louis.
Yes, Washington University. No, it's in Missouri.
Okay, Missouri. Okay, yeah.
Washington University in St. Louis. I also applied for a PhD in data science there. Yeah. So I was doing applications against fall 2020, and that's when the whole Bowling Green State University thing happened.
Okay.
And so I was going to start in that August 2020, and COVID happened. So I had the decision to because COVID happened, embassies were shut.
Yeah, no interviews were conducted at that time.
Yeah, no interviews, yes. Yeah. So do I start online? Or do I defer to spring? Yeah, these were decisions. After thinking about it, praying about it, talking to my parents, talking to some friends, I decided to start.
Okay.
So I started, in short, we were 3 Nigerians that started in that Masters of Applied Statistics in that fall 2020.
Yeah.
And it was quite an experience because the time difference. I'm having 3 hours class. I'll be awake from like 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. because of the 3 hours class. So it was quite an experience. Went through that, and embassies now start conducting interviews like November, December.
So was this 2021? This was 2021, right?
This is 2020.
So you started with which other school was that? This Bowling Green State University.
Yeah, this Bowling Green, yes.
You actually started online.
Yes.
Wow, man. But at this time, you were not having any scholarship.
Oh, I did. The scholarship came in July.
It came in July.
I was on the waiting list. Yes, I was on the waiting list. And then in July, it came.
Okay.
Before classes were now going to start ending of August.
Oh, okay. I get you right now, because I was thinking that, man, in Nigeria, if you're starting this class online and then you don't have any scholarship, and you're going to be because I also started in the same I think the COVID season with Illinois State University, and it was with no scholarship. And when I realized that the bill were about to hit me, I was like, hey, prof, please, Beleo, let it be. So I had to truncate it as soon as possible. Oh, that's good. Okay, so now let's get to the third attempt at this point.
Okay, so all this is I'm saying is leading up to the third attempt. Yeah. And so embassies opened November, and I got a date for 1st of December 2020. So this was going to be my third interview to come to the US to start spring. So I already started my stuff so I can come to continue that spring.
Okay.
And so I went December 1st, 2020, and that was the longest interview I've ever done. It was 15 minutes.
15.
Yes, it was 15 minutes.
What was happening? What actually was happening?
So I came, and while going to the US, I told him, I didn't mention, because I was training with Education USA. I don't know if you know them.
Yeah, I know Education USA, yeah.
Beautiful. So I was already training with them, like they trained me for the visa interview, because I was tired of the denials. Like, I just wanted to leave. So I was told not to mention that I had started. So I didn't mention that. I just mentioned that I was going to do my master's in Bowling Green in spring 2025. Yeah. And so at that time, I was a grad assistant at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Yes, and one of the things that we have there is you can be given study leave.
Okay.
And you'll still be paid during the study leave.
Correct.
Yes, because the employment as a grad assistant is temporary for 3 years until you have a master's. So you have 3 years to get a master's. Yeah, unless they'll terminate that grad assistantship appointment.
Yeah.
So that's why they can give you study leave to go and get a master's, to go and get a PhD. So this was what I told him, like, I will still be getting study leave So I told him I have grad assistantship, and I'll still be getting study for my company when I travel. And that didn't sit well with him. So
You mean the
like,
visa officer, right?
yes, the visa officer, yes. So it didn't sit well. Like getting you will still be paid while you're studying. And then I told him yes, because that does not happen here. It doesn't happen
Really?
here in the US.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yes. So it's not. It's something that he couldn't. That was new to him, and so he told me to wait. He left me there. Went inside. Came out. We continued the interview. He said, "You said you still be paid," and I said yes. He told me, "Hold on." He told me to wait. Went inside. Did some things. Came out again, and that was when he now said, "I'm sorry, you don't qualify at this time."
No. My God. So, bro, on the third attempt, but no, do you think that visa officer? I mean, do you think he or she wasn't? Was he a he?
Yes, it was a he.
Do you think he wasn't?
Was a young guy actually.
Probably, maybe he wasn't experiencing that, right? Because I have people here currently studying. These people are on steady leave.
Right.
They're on steady leave. So he asking you that question, is it that he is not experienced into that or something?
That's my thought exactly, because it's something that everybody knows. Like even when I was giving feedback to Education USA mentors, they were shocked. Like this is something that we all know here, that we all do, but he probably was not experienced in it.
Yeah, probably because I want to assume that he going out of the kiosk, probably maybe he was going to talk with his director or something to narrate the situation to him or something. But if the director also wasn't able to say anything positive, like, oh, give him the visa or something like that, hey, my God. So man, on the third attempt, that was in 2021 or 2020?
2020, December 1st, 2020. So
bro, the third attempt, Jesus is Lord.
The interesting thing about it is that the three of us who started the course online were all denied in that December.
Oh my God. And all of you from Nigeria, the same state, Lagos State.
Yes, we all did it in Lagos.
So I'm sure that you could tell that it's because of the idea that has to do with steady leave and you still be paid and all that. That could be the reason why this visa officer just was like, no, I can't give you this visa.
I guess that was the trigger for him.
Yeah.
Because that probably would have triggered that, this guy is being dishonest, he's making things up. Because it's something that I cannot relate with. That like he as an American cannot relate with.
But I mean, he just even put you on administrative review, and probably reach out to this school or this company that you're talking about and find out that is this thing true? Because if you've not heard of, oh my God, bro, on the third attempt, I'm sure by now you gave up.
Yes, I did. Honestly speaking, I was done with the US. Like I was done. Like I was done.
What was your family member like? What were they saying actually at this point?
I was still in the embassy, and then my mom called me. Like when I just finished, I called her, and then I was telling her that I was just denied again. And by this time I had travel history, because during this whole COVID stuff, I traveled to the UK for some months and then came back.
Yes.
So I had travel history, and still this happened. So I told her over the phone that, Mommy, I'm done with the US. Like I'm not coming here again. I'm not going to explore other countries, like fully explore other countries, because at that time my tentacles were really primarily focused on the US. I was like, I'm not doing US again. I'll look at other countries. You look at Canada, look at Germany, look at other countries. Yeah. But I'm not going to do US again. And then she encouraged me. And she was like, that's it's well. She just encouraged me like that I shouldn't give up, that all things are going to work out for good. But I was not listening to any of that.
Wow.
I wasn't listening to any of that. So something happened. I prayed. And then I was like, God, if you still want me to continue with this, because this was like a turning point for me, and I was like, if you want me to continue with this, tell me, show me that you still want me to continue.
My God.
Show me that you still want me to continue. And show me that you still want me to continue. And then what happened was, within 24 hours, I got 3 confirmations. So the first was my graduate coordinator, program
from Bowling Green, right?
From Bowling Green, yes.
Correct.
Because I was updating him with everything. So my program coordinator from Bowling Green reached out to me, and I reached out to him and told him that my visa was just denied. That I feel that like more funding would help, more funding would be better, and all those things to help me to be approved. And then he increased my funding. Yeah. He increased my funding. He increased it to 24. So I only had 5,000 deficits.
So initially, you said it was how much?
Initially, I told you my funding changed a lot. So initially, before that time, it was 18. And my deficit was 11. So he now increased it to 24. For my deficit to be 5. But what I finally came with was 21 and my deficit was 8. So at that time, he increased it to 24. Like if I was going to try again in this, because it was still 1st of December. And classes were going to start in January. So I still had like 1 month to try again. So he increased it to 24. Like, let's see if you'll be able to get this time. That was the first confirmation. Then the second was a friend of mine. Sorry, one of the 3 of us that started the program. As I now told him, because he had already given up, like since he didn't get, he just gave up. But he
was
had
that his first attempt or second attempt?
First. It was all their first attempt.
And then he gave up. These guys are serious.
So as I told him that my funding had been increased, he was like, that 5,000 deficit is almost full funding. I should try again. So that was the second confirmation. The third, and all this confirmation happened within 24 hours. The third was, okay, so at that time I was driving one of my dad's car, a Honda Accord, and I just went to paint the car.
Okay.
And so by the time I came back to enter into the car wash to wash the car, there was another guy, an elderly man, that also had the same Honda Accord, gold. My car was black. And so he was now like, who is this guy that's trying to intimidate us with his car? Because my car was shining. I just finished painting it. So anyways, we got talking. I found out that he was based in the UK and everything. He just came back to Nigeria briefly. So I told him about my whole visa situation and all. And then he told me that he has a sister that works in the embassy. That he's going to connect me with her.
At the embassy?
I have a sister that works in the embassy, yes. In US embassy. And he's going to connect me with her. And so by the time I go home, finally I didn't wash the car there again because I actually came in late. And so I couldn't wash again that day. Actually, the reason for going there was to meet that man. And so I left and went home. And by the time I went home, all these 3 things happened in 24 hours. And so I was thinking that, wow, I think I get the sign now that I'm to proceed. And so now I'm going to keep trying no matter how many denials it takes. Since now I'm sure that this is what God wants me to do. I'm not just going to keep trying no matter how many more attempts that it takes. Funny story, that lady, he finally connected me with her and she wasn't actually in US embassy, it was UK. But what I needed to hear that time was US.
So so in your frustration, the man was talking about UK embassy and you were just hearing US embassy.
Maybe he said US, I don't know. Or maybe he said UK and I was hearing US. Because my mind was mine was only on US.
Okay. So from that place, what was the next thing you did? What was the next thing you did?
So I couldn't get I tried again to get an interview before January classes
Yeah.
start. Paid visa fee, everything, but I couldn't get a date. I couldn't get a date. So
Favorable date for the program, right?
yeah, before the program, the date I got was like August or so. It was like far later on. So I couldn't go that spring. And so I told my program coordinator about it. Dr. Rump, like the man has really, he's one of the reasons I'm here in the US today. Like he really tried for me. So what he did was he spoke to the lecturers that were taking the courses I was going to do and told them to have their courses online so that I can take it from Nigeria. Yeah. So I did that spring semester from Nigeria online. Yes, because he spoke to them to put it to, like, instead of in-person classes, do online classes.
Would you say that, man, this professor had a keen interest in your success or in you coming to the US to study? Because listening to you, it's like this man went beyond the regular things that a regular professor would do for a regular student. Trying to change the curriculum of the whole session to online so that you could actually attend is something else. Would you say that he had some sort of interest in you because of your academical, background or something like that?
I won't know why he had, but yes, he did. Yes, he did. Wow. For sure. Like, my US story is not complete without him. Yeah, for sure. He had that strong interest in me coming here. He's been very instrumental. Like, even my experience here as a student, he's also been a huge, like, mentor. And yes, he's been very instrumental. And now I don't know why. And honestly speaking, in our lives, we have that person.
Yeah.
At one phase or the other in our life. We could have been in our, like, primary school, in our university or secondary school days, or at our workplace. We had that one person that was really interested in us, that gave us that shoulders to climb.
That is so true.
At some point in our lives, yeah.
That is so true. Okay, so from that place, you started the school again online, right? Online. So
I continued online.
Okay. Now let's get to which I'm hoping is the last attempt. The last attempt. Is the last attempt. Tell us about that one.
Okay, so I did 1 year online, and then to come to the US August 2021, this was fall 2021. I now had the visa interview in July.
Yeah.
July 26th, 2021. And so this time I went to Abuja.
I said it.
So this time I went to Abuja. Yes, the first 3 were in Lagos. But then, this final one I went to Abuja, and people, because in Abuja they said there's a Black American lady, and then there's a white bald-headed man. And so people avoid the white bald-headed man. Yes, but he was the one that interviewed me. Yeah, he was the one that interviewed me. But there I was relaxed. I wasn't desperate again. I adopted this mindset of no matter how long it takes, like, my life will continue. Because for others, I was pausing. Like, I didn't make attempts to get a job or anything after NYSC. All I was looking at was traveling. So everything, my life was on pause, like, dependent on this travel. Yeah, but now I was working. I had plans of things I wanted to do if the visa was denied. Like, so I was still fully in Nigeria. So I went for this interview, and then he was asking me several questions. It was, I think it was like 7 minutes, because he asked a lot of questions. And I've even done a video on my channel where I simulated the questions and the responses I gave him, like, accurately, all the questions that he asked me, because the year before, 2020, was COVID, and I traveled. So he was like, I see that you traveled UK to UK. So I told him that, yes, I traveled last year to UK. He was like, last year was COVID. Like, why did you travel? And so I now told him I went there for a vacation and all that to like recharge before the academic session, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that one went well, and after all the questions, he now approved it. I was so excited. I was like, "Is this real? Is
Bro,
this
do you
real?"
know that song from Nathaniel Bassey? Jesus, yeah. You know,
Yeah, done it again. Yeah.
can I sing it for you? I want to sing it for you. I want to sing it for you. Let me see if I can. It says, Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
You have done it
You have done
again.
it again, Jesus.
Yeah.
In your special way, what was impossible, you made possible, Jesus.
Yeah. Finally, man, you did it after the fourth attempt. Bro. Story past story, because my story wasn't like this. Man, and all these times you've been keeping your eye contact. You went with scholarships. You dressed so good. You prepared so well. Yet still, now you went to Abuja and then you made it happen. Hey, you know, somebody who is in Nigeria right now listening to you was like, since this guy wasn't able to get it in Lagos.
Yeah, right.
We are like the parted Red Sea. It's never going to happen anytime soon. So encourage somebody right now, because the same embassy you went to and then you were denied, people were actually getting approved over there also. Please change. I want you to say something to change somebody's mindset at this point.
We
get it, please.
Okay. I mentioned it earlier that it's because Lagos has much more interviews. Yeah. That's why the percentage of denials, like the number, we can even say the percent is the same in both places, but the number will be more. Because the inputs, the people that are going for interviews in Lagos is much more than people that are going in Abuja. Yes. But I have people here, there's a guy that just came, actually one of the subscribers from my channel. He just came to the US this December. And it was a very happy time for me when I saw like someone that watched my videos and then is now in the US as a result. Yeah. I was just really excited, and he had his interview in Lagos,
where his boss was denied.
Right, he had his own interview in Lagos. So,
man, it's something else. But I'm so happy for you that the fact that you were not able to give up. You were not able to give up to the point that the fourth attempt, and you were paying all those MRV. Fee.
Yeah, paying MRV. I paid service fee twice. Yeah.
At that time, how much was the MRV fee for you at that time?
It's still the same $185, but in Naira, it was lower. It was lower than it is now because the exchange rate has like increased. I think the exchange rate back then was probably like 300 or 400 Naira to $1. Now it's almost 1,600.
Wow.
Yeah, to $1. So now it's like times 4 of what it was then. Well, it was still the same 185.
I'm actually here listening to you. I'm so glad you didn't give up, because you've been an inspiration for a lot of people. Look at the great things that you are actually doing even on your YouTube. Your story is helping you to tell or to even inspire people in a certain unique way. Because right now, when you tell somebody that, listen, don't give up, you know the source of that inspiration. Like, you know what it means for people to give up on their dreams. Like, look at that friend of yours. He had his first attempt. The first denial, Bagam, the guy said, no, I'm not going again. So is he still in Nigeria now, that friend of yours?
Yeah, remember we were 3. The person that helped to get the confirmation I said he's
Yes.
not going again. He's still in Nigeria. The second guy, he's in the US now. So
Oh,
he applied to another school, got funding, and then went for visa again, and he came. So he's in the US now. He's actually even finished his masters already.
So he
Yeah.
went to Lagos for the interview.
Okay, that second interview, I'm not really sure where he had it, but that first one was in Lagos.
Wow, man, this is actually interesting for me and for you too as well. So now, which flight did you actually use? Now, when you got it, when you got it, I'm sure you call your mom that mama,
And it was very beautiful because that day I got approved was her birthday. Yeah, so it was like a birthday gift. Like it was just
what date was that?
26th of July. 26th of July.
And mine is on the 26th of August. Okay, I think we need
Wow.
to celebrate. And then you got it. So it was like overdose, joy overdose.
Yeah, everybody was happy. My uncles, my aunts, my friends, my parents, my siblings, like because they know that I've been on this thing for years. I've been on this thing for. I was at 2020, my birthday, 2020. A close friend of mine asked me, "What do you want for your birthday? What birthday gifts can I get for you? What do you want?" And I told her that you can't give it to me. What I want now is a US visa. That's the birthday gift I want now, a US visa. You can't give me, so don't worry.
Wow.
I thank God. I thank God.
You, man. Okay, so now let's get to the flight. How were you able to get your flight? Did you book it yourself, or you made contact with somebody to help you with the flight? And then which flight did you actually settle with? How much was the price at that time?
Okay, my parents were very supportive of my whole transition. Yes, honestly. I was a great assistant, so I was not really earning a lot. So a lot of the financial support came from my dad. Actually. So I traveled with Delta.
Okay.
I traveled with Delta, so it was a straight 12 hours flight from Lagos to New York. No. I landed at Georgia here, ATL.
Oh, okay. Atlanta.
Yes, and then from here took a second flight to DTW, Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so from Detroit, it's now a drive to Bowling Green in Ohio. Yeah. So usually, as you're coming to Bowling Green, you land at DTW, Detroit. Yeah.
Wow, bro, Atlanta Airport is so big. It's one of the biggest airports I've ever been to. Like it's so big, Atlanta Airport. So Delta, it was a straight flight to the US. First in Georgia, Atlanta, and then you went to Detroit, Michigan, and then from that place to your school. That is it.
Yes.
Wow. So who picked you up actually from the airport?
Okay. Remember I started classes online?
Yes.
So I already made friends, and there were 2 Nigerians in the program at the time, and there was a Ghanaian. Yeah, there was a Ghanaian, Blessing, and there were 2 Nigerians, Virtues and Shegun, at the time that were there. So I connected with Virtues, and so he told his friend to come to the airport to pick me up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I already had contact with them because we were taking classes together.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And then you didn't buy gas for them; they just came to pick you up free of charge.
Oh, I was just coming, and then I was just coming. So, I was just coming. He came, picked me up free of charge. Ben actually was his name. Is his name. He came, picked me up. Yeah, shout out to Ben. He from there dropped my bags and then took me to a Chinese buffet restaurant where I could eat whatever I wanted. But of course, I couldn't even eat a lot, Seth. So he just gave me that soft landing to arrive. I didn't have to buy gas or even pay for the meal. He was the one that gave me that treat to welcome me to the US.
Wow, that's amazing. What about accommodation? Were you able to secure the accommodation way back whilst you were in Nigeria, or it was when you came to the US here?
Yes, so it was when I was in Nigeria that I secured the accommodation. I was in contact, as I said, with some students here. I spoke to Vitus concerning the accommodation, and coincidentally, his neighbor just graduated.
Okay.
And that summer, when I got my visa approved, he was going to leave for his PhD.
Yeah.
Yes, and so he didn't have anybody to take over his room. So Vitus connected me with him. I spoke to him. He's a Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
okay.
Gerald is a Ghanaian. He really he helped me to Astor Landing. So every Sunday he would bring bread to my house. Yeah, for several months. Like because he didn't leave initially. Again, he was going to go for his PhD, but he didn't leave initially again.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I spoke with him and told him that I was going to take over his room. He now paid, because the rent is due on the first of the month. So he paid. I came in like 17th, 18th. And when I came, I now refunded him.
That's good. Wherever you go to, I think you find either a Ghanaian or a Nigerian there. For some weird reasons, like you find somebody there like that. But well, and then at that time, how much was the rent for you around the school area? How much was it for you?
Bowling Green is a very cheap place. Yes,
okay.
It's a very cheap place. So at that time, I was living in a 2-bedroom. I had a roommate. Yes, and I was living, so I had my own room, and the person had his room, two bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the rent for the house was $500 a month. I was paying $250. Yeah.
For how many bedroom apartment was that?
2-bedroom.
2-bedroom. So yes. 500, and then you split it. You pay $250. He also pays $250. What about utilities and many other things?
Yeah, so the utilities, the cap of that was like $100. So I never paid more than $350 for rent and utilities. So sometimes it will fluctuate, like in summer where you have to put on the heater. I'm sorry, in winter where you have to put on the heater, it would go up. But we split the utilities too as well. So my share never came above $350 in a month.
About $350. Well, man, your story has been an amazing story. Somebody may ask that even at the time that you were going back to back for these visa interviews, didn't they ask you what has changed for you? Like, what has changed for? Because these visa officers, they'll be writing the reasons that they denied you on your profile back to back. So it's like the things were piling up for you on your profile. Like, what did you actually do differently? Or you were just going with the same GS160, the same thing? Like, you never tried anything differently all those times?
The first and second interview, I told you I have family here, so it was my uncle's bank statement here that I used.
Okay.
For the interview.
Okay.
But then for the third deficit, it was family bank statement.
Okay.
But was still denied. So I can't now categorically say that, okay, using a foreign bank statement now, was the reason for the denials, because I also used a Nigerian one for my parents and it was still denied.
Bro, I think it's just great.
Right. That's really just the word.
It's just great. Thank you so much, man. Let's see. We still have a lot of people currently joining. I don't know how to scroll back. So let's just see if we can wrap it up in about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we are done. Okay, so people are having their chatting there. I don't know if you and this Patience is giving a lot of gist about you at this point. Okay, so
I know her very well, actually.
Oh,
from the channel, yes.
Oh, from the, okay, so this one says, what skills can I study to apply for a computer program if I study biology in high school to prove that I am a strong candidate? Bro, do you think you can share something a little bit about that?
Yeah, I will share something, but I think you're in the best position too, because this is your domain. But then let me just take a go at it. Computer science programming skills. So if you pick probably Python, JavaScript, in data science we use Python a lot.
Yeah.
But I also hear of software developers that use JavaScript too. So if you have these two languages, you learn them, and you have projects to show, like things that you did with. So what's the proof that you know these languages? Is the projects that you've done.
Yeah.
So you have projects that you've hosted probably on GitHub. So you can go online, github.io, and then whatever projects you do, you can upload it there. You upload your code there, upload the outcome of the projects there. So if you learn JavaScript, you learn Python. In my opinion, computer science is not really my field. But if you take the time to learn these languages, and there are a lot of YouTube videos to help.
Yeah.
Yes, you can also even find certifications for these programming languages too.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I was going to actually add that if you are free at home, why don't you just join and then do some of these free courses, watch some videos and whatever it is, so that even at the time that you are applying, you have something tangible to add to your application. This certification courses, most of them are free. You can just check them out and it will be a great help to you. Okay. Another one here says that, please, I have a question. I was there and a graduate coordinator sent me this message. If you are still interested in applying to the TCU Mathematics PhD program, please send your personal statement. Oh, okay. That means that, I think there are some schools, they just want people to also come. So whatever they will do.
Right. So this guy coordinator is pitching Michael to apply.
Yeah.
So they can bring you in. And mathematics programs, a lot of math programs, math chemistry, they are well funded in the US.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we don't really have a lot of people studying them.
Correct. That is so true. Somebody says, okay, hello, Zubai, please, can you guide me on PhD interview? Yes, he can. Please send him an email. I think I posted the email in the chat box. So please post it there. Like send him an email.
I even also have a video on preparing for PhD interviews. Yeah.
Yes. Please get in touch with Zubai. Okay, let's see if we can have your channel even displayed on the screen, so that people when they get there, they see the face, they're like, yeah, that's the guy we just watched, the man NZUBE. I said I was going to share something with you, right? I was checking something on one AI platform. Boom, it was your video that AI suggested to me.
Wow.
I'm telling you the truth. I caught someone yesterday. I was like, man, this guy.
That's quite surprising. Oh,
it's something else. So I want to share your profile. So this is the man called NZUBE OHALETE. So this is his channel. You can just look around. A lot of videos, like, great guy, man.
You can click on my channel name. Just if you go up. So that you can get to the channel.
A lot of videos you see here, a lot of them. Great guy. So get onto his channel. If you're first time watching, please hit the subscribe button as well. It is very important, so that guys, this is how you can also return a favor to us.
Right.
Spending time to create a lot of videos to you guys. I mean, this is the least you can also do to be a blessing to us. All right. So let's get back to the questions, right? Okay. I think somebody asked about the application fee, and then we already mentioned that this is about did you say $70 something?
Yeah, 75.
That was to Bowling Green State University.
Yeah.
Okay.
75.
So, yes, guys.
My school here now, Kennesaw State University, is $60.
$60.
Yeah.
The same for postgraduate, and then the undergraduate and the graduate too?
Oh, just for graduates. I'm sure of that for graduates. I don't know how much it is for undergraduates.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So another question here says that for undergraduates, does admission come with automatic accommodation and food? Bro, do you want to say something about that real quick?
No, it doesn't. These are things that you have to pay for. Yes, they have housing on campus. which is usually expensive. So as an international student, you shouldn't be looking for on-campus housing. You have to like find an apartment close to the campus that you can rent, and then they have dining plans too as well that you can subscribe to, but that will be expensive too as well. So it's just best to do your shopping, cook, eat your meal.
Yeah. So I think that the schools, all of them, they have different ways that they deal with such things too. Because for my school, if you're an undergrad, maybe you just graduated from high school, you are, I wouldn't say forced, but you are required to stay on campus, no matter what it is. You have to stay there. But if you're a grad student, then you can stay off campus. I don't know why they do that, but every school and their policy and the way they go about this stuff. Okay, man, I want to have your last words, and then we just wrap it. I still have a lot of people online watching, but I just want to have your last words. Just a word to be a blessing, to ignite the hope of somebody probably thinking of giving up, whatever it is. Please share your last words with us today.
Okay. First of all, I want to say, if you've not subscribed to Macrae's channel, please subscribe. Subscribe to his channel. He is going over and beyond to get people's stories to share with you. Because this story they form new perspectives.
Yeah.
And then they help save you time, save you money, and all of that. And this is really the way to show appreciation, because it takes time, energy, and all of that to create videos. So please hit the subscribe. As I'm speaking now, please hit the subscribe button on Macrae's channel. All right. Final words. One motto I run by personally is that it is possible. It is possible. Now I had to write GRE, I had to write TOEFL, I had to do all these things to come. That's my story. It doesn't have to be the same for you. There are people that are here without writing GRE. There are people that are here without writing TOEFL, without writing any test. Like one of my mentees, she finished with HND and she got a direct, fully funded PhD to the US without writing GRE, without writing TOEFL, without writing any test.
Wow.
So don't allow these things to discourage you. At the heart of it, you have to show that you're a strong student for this program. And there are a million ways to show it. You can take up volunteering, you can do certifications, you can take online courses. There are so many things. You can do projects, so many ways to show it. That is not necessarily just tests and your transcript, your GPA. So please go that extra mile. Do the work required. Give it your best. Because when you're finally here, all the pain, all the things that you have to go through, you won't remember them. Like they'll just be scars that you have. Like all the visa denials, all the things I went through for the years, it's nothing compared to what I'm enjoying now by being in the US. It's nothing compared. It just takes 1 yes. So please keep pushing until you get that yes.
I love to hear. I was trying to get a Bible verse that resonated with what you just said. It says, there is nothing compared to the eternal glory. Like our temporal afflictions, they are nothing compared to the eternal glory. So whatever you have to go through, just understand that they are the prizes, they are the crosses you also need to carry, so that when you get there, your crown can be, glowing. It can be glowing, and a good one. So, man, I want to say thank you so much for this huge opportunity. I'm still having a lot of comments, but I don't. If I'm tempted to go in, but I won't do it. I won't do it. I promise, I won't do it. Because when I get in there right now, it's something that somebody just said. I am crazily inspired. The person put it out there like I am crazily inspired. 4 takes. We have a lot to learn from you, sir. We have a lot to learn from you. So, man, we want to say thank you so much on behalf of myself, my subscribers, your subscribers, the content creators family, everybody who is doing something. We want to say thank you so much. And then I also want to say that we are happy that the man known as Mr. NZUBE OHALETE, you didn't give up. Somebody
Thank you.
has listened to you and is now
Okay.
inspired. That
Okay.
means that if you had given up, I don't know what because people's destiny, they are now even tied to you. They listen to you and they're able to push up. So if you had given up, a lot of people would have also given up. But I want to say thank you for not giving up. I've seen how God has been good with you, and I know that God have like a lot of things, like good things ahead for you. So, man, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It was a fun time. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll connect with you just after the session, sir.
Thank you.
Wow. So, guys, that has been a blessing. That has been another beautiful, beautiful edition. In fact, to tell you the truth, I spoke with this gentleman, right? He intentionally never shared with me all the things that he went through. You know, over the phone, he was rather asking me the question, "Oh, how was your journey?" So I thought my story was wild. I actually thought like my story was wild, like that wild, and not knowing this guy, like somebody just put it up in the comment section, like the guy got it on his fourth attempt. I was like, no way, that was a lie, and he had to confirm that at this point. I mean, guys, you see, we are sharing all these things because we don't want you to give up. You as a man pray, and then you have a God who is there to answer all your prayers for you. Do not give up. It may be difficult, maybe you don't even have resources. And see, I tell people that the fact that you even have people like us who are giving you all this detailed information, that is even number one blessing to you, because some of us, at those times that we were trying, we're not having people who were even making videos for us. The last video I had with Fred, he made mention of the fact that he paid for his ignorance just because he never knew what was even called winter admission, or even spring admission, fall admission. He was just applying, and at a point when he decided to switch, because the application system wasn't flexible for him, they asked him to pay another money. Do you understand that? So the best thing is for you to take advantage of whatever that we are putting to you at this point. Take good advantage of it. If you have any question, we say that, guys, we are here. Reach out to us, and then let us know what we can do to be of help to you. Once again, I said that if you have any question, you can reach out to me or reach out to my brother OHALETE as well, and then together we'll partner to just make things work for you. That is the reason why we are here a day like this, just to be a blessing to you. So once again, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody just sent me the Bible verse I was looking for. Somebody says Romans 8:18. Somebody says that it's a great way to start 2025 inspired. This is what we want to hear. Somebody called Fred Lane Jr. He says my take home about this video is like, it takes just 1 yes. Eesh, that is it. Just 1 yes for you to live your dream. So guys, I want to say thank you so much. All of you who watched, my brother who just joined, Wanda Gorogo, want to say happy 31st to you. So God bless all of you for joining. My name is McRae Sugar, and then the thing I want to leave with you is that, number one, there is a school for everybody here in the US. There's a school for all of you. And the second thing is that do not give up. Do not give up. People's destiny, their destinies are also tied to you. So do not give up. And the third thing I want to leave with you is that Jesus loves you. It is important. So don't give up. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back on Thursday for another wonderful stream. And trust me, this one also, you don't want to miss it. So just keep your eyes keen here, and then everything will be good with you. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in another video. God bless all of you for watching, and thank you. Bye-bye for now.